We all think about the monster under the bed, but the truly unsettling spaces, they aren't in our closets. They're the ones that can quietly open up right inside our own minds. This is an exploration of one of those spaces, the genesis of apathy.
It's a weird feeling, isn't it? You're there, you're physically present, but there's this distance. You see everything happening, you hear all the sounds, but you just can't quite connect. It's literally like you're watching a movie of your own life, separated by an invisible pane of glass.
And here's the thing, you haven't lost your mind. It's more like you've taken a wrong turn somewhere. You've kind of glitched, just slightly, and no-clipped right out of your normal emotional reality. And now you're in a place that looks familiar, but feels eerily quiet.
At first, it's a feeling you can't even name. It's not really sadness, not exactly. It's just a quiet disconnect, a subtle sense that the feedback you're getting from the world doesn't quite match up with what you expect, and it leaves this quiet hum of wrongness just playing in the background.
That's when you start to notice it a bit more clearly. The big things, the things that should make you feel a powerful surge of something, joy, anger, grief. They still register, but the volume on them is turned way, way down. It's like listening to your favorite song, but it's coming through a wall.
And this is when you start to notice the colors fading. A beautiful sunset, a hilarious joke, a frustrating problem, they all just start to look a little washed out. The impact of everything feels blunted, less vibrant. It's not that nothing is happening, it's that you're kind of losing the ability to feel its full spectrum.
So as we venture deeper into these quiet, internal hallways, we start to find these echoes of what used to be. And here, we can actually begin to catalog the specific changes, the little anomalies that prove we're not where we used to be.
And the anomalies you detect are very specific. Joy isn't gone, it's just distant, on the other side of that glass. Sadness loses its sharpness and just becomes this persistent, dull ache. Anger doesn't have its fire. Frustration is muffled. Even connection with other people can start to feel, theoretical. Laughter can feel like just an echo, like you're running a social script because you know you're supposed to.
And then we find it. It's like finding a flickering file on an old computer terminal that gives this whole place a name: emotional numbness. And just look at that definition: an adaptive survival response. Whoa. This isn't a bug, it's a feature. It was designed to protect the system from being completely overwhelmed.
So, if this numbness is actually a feature, how in the world does it work? To understand that, we need to go deeper, down into the brain's engine room to see the machinery that got activated to create this state in the first place.
And right here, we see the mismatch in the system's code. Where you'd expect to feel excitement from good news, there's just acknowledgement. Where you'd expect to feel stress from a challenge, there's just logical processing. Empathy becomes simple observation. Feeling is totally replaced by thinking.
And here's the process, laid out in 3 clean steps. First, the brain detects a system overload. Too much stress, too much grief, just too much of something. Second, it engages emotional dampeners, like floodgates slamming shut. And third, it deploys this numbness, this quiet, as a shield. It is a purely defensive protocol.
Okay, so now we have a map of this strange space. We understand what it feels like, and we've seen the mechanics behind it. And with this knowledge, we can start to see this entire experience in a completely new light.
This is probably the most crucial realization of all. You're not empty. This state isn't an absence of feeling. The numbness itself is the feeling. It's that heavy, tangible sensation of your own mind actively holding everything else back. You are feeling the shield.
So let's be really clear about this. What you're experiencing is a defense mechanism, not a personal defect. Your brain isn't broken. On the contrary, it's working, probably working overtime to protect you from something it perceives as a threat to your stability.
Which brings us to the final critical question. This whole state, this quiet, muffled world, it was created for a reason. It's a shield. So the real question you have to ask yourself isn't, why can't I feel anything? It's, what is my brain protecting me from?